guys, welcome to my channel. This is a channel that reviews all the coolest tech. In this video, I'm going to share my opinions on the newly released 2016 MacBook Pros. Let's get started. Apple has released 3 variants in that: one with a 13-inch display and no touch bar, and other two MacBooks with 13 and 15-inch displays with a touch bar. So you obviously know that the touch bar is nothing but a screen or OLED screen on the which replaces the function key, which lies on the keyboard itself, and and it's an OLED display, so it will not be a strain to the battery. Now I like the implementation of the touch bar in the keyboard of the MacBooks, because it replaces the function keys, and it also changes its functions based on the app you use. Suppose if you are using a video editor, you can able to scroll the timeline with it, and if you use the Chrome, you can see the favorite tabs on the bottom on the touch bar. So that Apple has redesigned these 3 MacBooks with aluminum and reduced the dimensions. They cutted the dimensions of the MacBook. So the 13-inch MacBook with a touch bar and the 13-inch MacBook without a touch bar has the same dimensions, and they are only 14.9 millimeters thin, which are very, very thin, and they are very thin. They are very thinner than the old generation 13-inch MacBook Pro, and as far as the 15-inch variant go, it is also smaller than the previous generation 15-inch MacBook. So Apple says that it has kept a 65% brighter display, and they have also improved the contrast. For this form factor, they had to reduce the bezels. They had reduced the bezels and increased the brightness, and shrunk the display thickness also. Both the 3 models has basic line specs: Core i5, 8GB RAM, and 256 gigs of storage, but the pricing is very high. The only downside here is the lack of ports. I mean the lack of variety of ports, because on the older generation MacBooks there is a MagSafe connector which all have, and HDMI port, USB 3.2 port, SD card slot, headphone jack, and all that. But what is Apple? If you buy an Apple thing, you will sacrifice by paying money. That's it. In the 13-inch MacBook without a touch bar, Apple kept 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, or the USB Type-C ports, and a headphone jack. Don't know why they have removed in the iPhone 7 and kept it in MacBooks. Don't know. There are only 2 ports. And as far as the 15-inch and the 13-inch with a touch bar, which both has a touch bar, has 4 Thunderbolt ports, or HDMI or USB Type-C ports. But I think so the implementation of these ports is are not good, because you should carry dongles and adapters always. Just always. If you want to connect your iPhone, if you want to charge your phone, if you want to connect a hard disk or pen drive, you should use an Apple adapter. Again, they cut off the port to sell more adapters only. I think that the thing with the Thunderbolt 3 or the USB Type-C ports are it gonna do the same thing that all the old generation ports can do, but the downside is you have to carry dongles everywhere. There's also no support for the SD card slot for expansion of memory, so it will be very much disappointment for the video editors out there, because they'll transfer files quickly, and I don't think that these are a pretty good update from the last generation MacBooks, apart from the touch bar, because the touch bar is the only different thing between other major changes are nothing. They are minor changes, and the minor details, it is smaller and all that. Apple has designed another piece of crap. I don't know, if you are an Apple fanboy, you're gonna buy it. If you are not, you'll stick with the old generation. At least the old generation is much lesser in price and much more in functionality, because they have all the ports in there. I think Apple says it is a future-proof MacBook. So I don't really think that, because they could have add the only USB Type C ports in the current next two generations, after the two next generations. That will be good, but Apple has done it, Wilson. So I don't think, if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade, but I don't think anyone would upgrade it from the older generation. If you have another laptop, you will or you will get interested to update, but if you have old generation, that will be better than this one. So talking about the pricing, they are really costly. The starting model 13-inch without a touch bar is $1,499 US dollars, and the touch bar variant of the 13-inch display is $1,700, and the 50-inch model with a touch bar is $2,000. I don't know. Apple is thinking. In India, it will be at least 2 lakhs. That's it for now, guys. Subscribe to my channel. That is, click the button below, so you'll be able to see my upcoming videos, unboxings, reviews, camera samples, opinions, comparisons, etc. So thank you so much for watching, and peace.